Good morning, Year 2, and welcome to our next reading lesson, all about a boy and a bear in a boat. Before we get started, I'd like to say a massive well done. We've got some more prediction work to look at, and one of them, you might find out, is particularly accurate when we carry on reading. Let's have a look at them before we start our reading lesson.
Today's predictions of sea monsters, I Spy, and getting lost on the way to the North Pole all sound like really super ideas, where you've really looked carefully at the picture and the title on the front cover. I'm going to head over now to Class Dojo to put your dojo points on. Well done. Remember that our learning objective this week is all about making inferences based on what's been said and what's happened in the story so far, as well as your existing knowledge and what you can work out as a reading detective. Right, so how did the boy feel at the end of the section that we're reading? Recap what you thought. What were your ideas? Which of the chili challenges did you have a go at? Perhaps you've written it down and you can read it out. See if you still feel the same. Okay, time to look at those tricky words before we read the text again. Are you ready? This time you're going to have a go at reading and then I will say it back to you as a check. Okay, off we go. Your turn. Little. I. Wasn't. Okay, your turn again. And check. Said. And finally, with. Now look at the next word. Can you remember the root word? Yep, it was return in returned with the ed added to the end. And finally, the spelling rule you can see in the word wider. We had the word wide and we needed to add ER, but we had to remember that it ended in E, so we just needed that one E to make it wider, a comparative adjective.
Right, ready for the next words. So now we're going to see if we can mix it up a little bit. So I'd like you to see if we can say all of the words first, make sure that we can read them. So we've got wearily, upwards, frowning, furious, and enthusiasm. Okay, you ready? So now I'd like you to shout this one and whisper this one. Can you clap out this one? How many syllables? Okay, and clap out our really tricky one at the bottom. How many syllables in that one? Well done. Okay, now let's see if we can remember the actions for all of them before we start reading. So first we've got wearily, meaning really tired. Can you show really tired? Then we've got upwards. So remember, come up with your own action or upwards. Next, frowning. Remember that face we pull when we're a bit not sure about something, or we're concentrating or a bit confused sometimes. Then we've got furious, really angry. Can you show really angry? And finally, enthusiasm, showing enjoyment or interest in something. Enthusiasm. Okay, right, now that we've looked at those words, let's go and read.
Don't forget to follow carefully and read out loud, and especially to fill in any missing words. On board entertainment. It wasn't going well. I spy, said the bear, with my little... Something beginning with... let me see. He looked all around. Then he looked upwards and smiled. S, he said. Sky, said the boy wearily. How did the boy say sky if he said it wearily? Pause the video and try and say the word sky wearily. How did he feel and why did he say it like that, do you think? Take a moment to think about it and come back for a check. Okay, well, I think it's because he said it wearily because he's a bit fed up. He's not enthusiastic about the game. I think he thinks it's a bit too easy because everywhere all he can see is sea and sky. The bear looked almost shocked. Then his grin wider than ever. "That's right," said the bear. "You know, you really are very good at this." Why do you think then that the bear looked shocked? Pause the video here and have a think about it. What did you decide? I think the bear looked shocked because the boy guessed the correct answer straight away. I don't think he's worked out that it would be easy if the first letter was S to come up with sky or sea. "Thanks," said the boy, without enthusiasm. "Your turn," said the bear. "I spy with my..." "Oi now, you've got to have your little eye open if you're going to spy anything." Wearily slumped on the rear. With his head in his hands, the boy opened his... Halfway, staring up from under furious eyebrows at the bear, he began, his voice bored and flat. So, our final question for our reading lesson today. From the clues in the text, what do you think would be the best word to describe how the boy feels right now? Pause the video. Look at the words that I've circled. Wearily slumped, head in his hands, from under furious eyebrows. What would be the best word to use, do you think? Time for a check. So, I decided on the words frustrated and angry. But there are lots of other words that you could have used. Did you come up with any of these? In tomorrow's reading lesson, we're going to continue looking at inference, but thinking a little bit more about the bear. See you then.